Hello, it's Matt Heaton, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about drop D. So, the good news is, if you play standard tuned guitar, just about everything you know carries over. It's almost all the same. The only difference is this one string, which is down to a D rather than an E. The wonderful thing about drop D is that you get a low D, which we have discussed in some of the other videos is really lacking in standard tuning, and you have to find some workarounds. The thing that is not great about drop D is there are a couple other things that are, because of that, that you're sacrificing in order to get that low D. So, but every tuning is like that. There are, some things are going to be like wonderful and easy, and other things will be a little harder. And, it just depends sort of which fingering battles you want to fight, right? So I'm going to get a little closer so you can see more neck, even though at the risk of cutting off my head. So the big thing, I'll give you a few D chords, a few G chords. If you're in drop D, I mean this is your awesome D chord, where you just have 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then I mute the top one, and there's that. Can't get any more lovely than that, right? I often will play that with the pinky down, which gives me D, 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 A, D. There's a lot of Ds. And the reason I do that is that sound with the D, A, D is a little thicker than this D, D, D. And I find it just gives a little more, it takes up a little less sonic space. Sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. I also do a lot of, muting, and I find it a little bit more satisfying with that. So if we were to play the D, then a D over F sharp chord is this shape. This is a very important shape. So these fingers are in the same place, and this is on the 4th fret. Now, concept number 1 about drop D, anything you play here will be on the same fret here. The low 6th string is the same as the 4th string. So if I play this chord, and it sounds nice, well, so should this chord, right? Because it's the same fret, or both of them, heck. It's a different sound, but they both work. Keep that in mind. So this is D over F sharp, which goes very nicely to a G. So there's our G. Now, the G chord in drop D tuning, you have I don't know how many. There are a bunch of different ways you could play it really easily within this shape. Allow me to demonstrate. You could play what I do most of the time, which is 5th fret, mute, open, open, 3rd fret, mute. You could do a little half bar on the top one and get the high G. You could add a 4th finger on the 5th fret there. You could put that on, you could actually move that over here so they're on the same string. Really different sound there, right? And we haven't even talked about getting the B in there yet. You could put it here with you could take this, and then you can take any one of these off. Heck, you could even do this. I don't know why we'd want to, but you could. So there are a lot of options just because of the way the guitar is tuned. You still have that G chord in the middle there. But this, what I do is I tend to play either just the open thing, or if I want the 3rd, I'll put it down here. I don't really bother with this top note a whole lot. But this is handy because this can move along. Right? which brings us to the sort of movable chords in drop D. I showed you this, the sort of full G chord, which would be 5th fret, mute, 5th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret. Okay? Mute, top string. This is like a bar chord. You can play, you can move this around. The root is on these two strings, so G, A, D, C, F, B flat, A. So there's it's movable. If you need it to be minor, you can change. The 3rd is here. This finger is playing the 3rd. It's a major 3rd. If you want it to be minor, you take it down a half step, right? So then you have this shape. This is movable. Right, so if I wanted to do like a whole scale, I could play D, E minor. Didn't really discuss too much yet, but I could play F sharp minor, G, A, B minor, and then all the way up to D. I skipped the 7th chord because we're not going to talk about diminished chords for today. But that, so the two, like if you do this, if you kind of use the movable shapes, you have access to pretty much everything you need. They do have a very like parallel bar chordy sound to them. So I tend to, when I'm doing it, I tend to use a lot more some other voicings up the neck, like using more open strings and things, but we'll talk more about that later. But the big basic thing is this string and this string are the same. So whatever you do here, you can do there. And then that you can do the movable ones, and you can, if you know standard tuning and you're like, oh, how do I play this chord? Just remember, wherever this note used to be, it is now 2 frets higher. So if my E used to be an open string, it is now 2 frets higher. So an E minor that would look like this in standard tuning has to look like this. You have to play that 2 frets higher. Right? So and you can basically figure out anything based on that. But just getting a few of these basic shapes can be kind of a good start. So that's it for this video. Let me know if there's more. Do you want more drop D? What would you like to hear? Let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to address whatever topics might be of use, assuming I know anything about them. So thanks very much to Shannon for having me on the channel, and thanks to you for watching, and good luck. Take care.